Dr. Kemi Lawrence, it's Sunday, the 6th of October 2024. This video I'm about to do is very important, and I need the most shares and the most views on this video. I need everybody to listen very carefully to this video, especially if you are a parent of a child that attends school. Now, there are two things I'm highlighting in this video, and one of them is the Clinton-Lewinsky scandal. You may not know about this because you were not in America or you were not born. This happened in 1998, where President Bill Clinton was having an affair with a White House intern. Now, at one point in my journalism career, I did an internship at the White House, but it was not a full-time internship. I did it at the White House press corps, just learning how they do press conferences with the president. It was during that same administration, but my internship was way before Monica got in there as an intern, 1996, I believe. Now, when Monica Lewinsky had this affair with President Clinton, apparently she was boasting about it to somebody called Linda Tripp. And Linda was not really her friend, but she was just another lady out there that she knew. And Linda was recording her conversation secretly. So now they had a powerful recording against the US president. President Clinton went live and he told the nation that he had no sexual relations with this woman. He denied her. Monica was having oral sex with the president. Yeah, in the Oval Office. Imagine that desk that the president sits down and the woman is under the desk giving you a blowjob. These things happen. I can't make them up. I became a journalist like 4 years into my career when this happened in 1998. Mrs. Clinton supported her man. Stand by your man. You know, if you were old enough to know this, if you were about my age or a little bit in your 50s, you'll possibly know what happened here. Why I'm doing this video is because a lot of you have children out there. And this was the same thing we went through in the 90s. My children were 12 and 8 years old. The bus picked them up in the morning to school, and I went to the pharmacy. I worked as a journalist on the weekends. When I came back from the pharmacy, 8 o'clock at night, my children would have already come out of the bus by 4 o'clock. They'll go inside with their keys. Both of them will make their snacks. They'll eat their snacks and do their homework and call me that they've checked in. They watch TV and they shower. I had my own keys, so when I got home at 8, 10, 11, well, no matter how late it was, they could have been asleep, but at least I could get in, and come back home. The sad part of this story was that the children were watching this stuff 24/7. The Clinton-Lewinsky scandal was on television all day long. CNN, Fox News, everywhere, every newspaper. So when the children got home and they turned on the TV after their homework to watch, they had to hear about it. The word that the most Americans were Googling at that time was oral sex. The oral sex that Monica Lewinsky had in the White House with President Clinton kept coming up in every newscast, everything, but you can't censor the news. You can't put ratings on the news. The most important part is that our children heard the word oral sex a lot. They will take it to school, they would discuss it, they saw too much. This was a very delicate time for many parents. What did we do? What could we do? We had to sit down and talk to our kids about what exactly is going on in the news. It was one of the dirtiest times in television history, where they couldn't censor news and where anchors, reporters have to use the word oral sex. So at that point, I had to explain to my own children, who were boys, 12 and 8, they're now 37 and 33. I had to explain to them exactly what oral sex was. I had to explain what a blowjob was. I was actually teaching them sex. Can you imagine what a blowjob was and what fellatio was, the woman one? It was just not appropriate, but we had to do it. So cut the long story short, you can go and read about the Lewinsky scandal. I've already referenced you on the screenshot from Wikipedia. Now, how does this relate to Bobrisky? A lot of us are experiencing the same thing now, but we don't have children. Our children are adults. Those of you that have children in Nigeria need to sit your children down and talk to your children about Bobrisky. This is the social media era. We didn't have that. Your children are seeing Bobrisky on every other post, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. If they're old enough to go to these platforms, they are seeing Bobrisky in the news and Falana. Mr. Falana, Bobrisky, Falls, VDM, it's everywhere. I need you to sit down your children and talk to your kids about Idris Okuneye Bobrisky. You need to sit down and tell them that Bobrisky is a man. Bobrisky is what they call a cross-dresser. Prison officials have described Bobrisky as having female features. A female feature is usually someone that has a breast or a genital of a female. I don't know what Bobrisky has down there, because obviously he once lied that he had a sex change, but that's not true. Bobrisky is still a man down there. But Bobrisky has breasts, which are implants. So it's important that you explain to your children about these female features, because the prison is even using it as an excuse not to put him in the male section or even the female section. And they had to isolate him. They came up with a lot of lies, but you need to tell the children, your children in GSS 1, GSS 2, SS1, SS2, just sit your kids down. If they're 13 or above, sit them down and explain what's going on in the news, because they're seeing it everywhere on television and everywhere on the internet. Television and radio is not as fast as the internet. Your children are seeing these things online. It is not a joke. It is a scandal that's involving homosexuality. And we have an homosexuality law in Nigeria, anti-gay law in Nigeria, where you have a man dressed as a woman and accused of having gay relationships with men that are powerful. So I need everybody to sit your kids down this week, one day after school, as we go into Monday tomorrow, and explain this to them. Parents, I also want you to read the Clinton Lewinsky scandal, because this is what we had to deal with in the 90s. The whole story of oral sex. Now it's Bobrisky. Bobrisky is not a female. It is so important to tell your kids this. I hope I made myself clear. If you have any questions about this video, please put it in the comments. Okay? Many of you remember me fighting President Jonathan's administration on the anti-gay law. I don't like discriminating against gays or lesbians. I lived amongst them most of my life in America and in Canada. However, if we have a law against it, no one should be practicing it with their godfathers or their big men or whatever, because this is what VDM's accusation has been about from the word go. Okay, Bobrisky's big man and all that. Now here we are, we find ourselves here now with all kinds of dirty stuff coming out on the news, and social media is around. Okay, thanks for listening. Share this video, click share. I'm going to put it on YouTube as well. If you're on YouTube, click share. Nobody must download my video and edit it and all. I'm looking, this technology that detects my video. Okay, I want my views, I need my views. This is how I eat and drink. Okay, this is how I make a living. So nobody must take my video anywhere. You must just share it. All right? Thanks for watching. Oh, yeah, one more thing. I forgot to tell you that during the Clinton Lewinsky scandal, President Clinton now came back on TV to address the nation to tell us that, yes, he did have an affair with Monica. And he ended up being impeached, but he was not removed from office. You can read that all on the Wikipedia. That's what I'm expecting from Bobrisky, to come out and tell the truth about Falls and the prison stay, and to confess that he did not spend time in prison and he was put into a private shelter by Falls' father, and all of them knew about it. I hope that happens. Thank you.